Hey, what's going on everyone? Sean from planningfire.com here. It's been a while, but I'm back with another book review series. This one being the only investment guide you'll ever need. Now that's a really bold statement. That said, the author says it with some jest. Let's go ahead and start reviewing. I've done a lot of reading. If you'd like to read it along with me, I'll leave a description with the actual link to the book so you can pick it up too. I hope you join me on this journey. Here we go. So one key element to investing, and the reason why everyone needs to be investing in things that are not traditional savings, is that assuming you had $1,000 to invest in 1981, you could just put it into a savings account, and in 2 years you would have made $336, give or take a few bucks, on that $1,000 investment. That's a huge return. However, in today's market, you take that same $1,000, you put it into a savings account, and if you're lucky, you'll make $20 on that same amount of cash. That's $316 less on the same exact investment. So basically, you're losing money versus inflation when you consider these options. Now there's a ton of great get-rich-quick schemes out there. In the 80s and late 70s were no exception to the rule. Back then, the financial masters used to really encourage people to go out there and invest their dollars into Mexico, because Mexico, instead of getting just a 6% return, would give you 12% return on your cash. However, there's a giant crash in the peso that occurred, meaning you still got 12%, but the initial investment that you put in was now worth half of what it was, and then later on, almost nothing. So you really do need to make sure you're watching the watchers when it comes to these things as well. Also, another thing to note when you're looking at investment options is, what is this investment going to cost me? And I'm not talking about opportunity cost. I'm talking about management fees, overhead fees, administrative fees, commissions fees, brokerage fees, and similar. Make sure you know all of the fees and all of their schedules when you're doing an investment. That investment research is really going to be key to maximizing your returns. Also, when you're considering putting your money with a professional money manager, realize that on average, they do no better, if not often worse, than completely blind picking. Give a monkey a handful of darts and have him throw it at a board, and you could also get the same kind of returns. So perhaps consider investing your money yourself in low-cost index funds and similar. Now, just know going in, this book highly leverages a bulleted list style of formatting. So a lot of the things I'm going to say are going to sound kind of like I'm jumping all over the place, and that's because I am. I'm reviewing and just giving you guys updates in the same order that this book does. So just know that going in, it is going to be a little bit jumpy. So one key element he points out is, unless you know something everyone else doesn't, and if you do, that's called insider trading, don't invest in commodities, because 98% of people who invest into commodities end up losing. The people who win tend to be people who own the commodities or who make money off of those brokerage and commissions fees. Now, the first thing in this book that really caught my attention was, he goes, let's start simple. I'm going to show you how to save $1,000 a year. And he gives you a very long and exhaustive list. I'm going to only highlight some of my favorites. Reference the book if you want to see the rest of them, but these are very basic strategies. People complain all the time, I can't save because I don't have enough money. I can't save because I spend too much money. It could be any number of things. This is just one way to look at your common expenses and try to save some cash on them. Here are some of my favorites. Buy wine by the case and save 10%. If you know you're someone who, say, drinks a bottle of wine every week, might as well buy that bottle that you enjoy. But then if you can buy it in a large enough quantity that you save a percentage off the top because you go wholesale, or perhaps your local liquor store has some sort of deal, buy 6, get 1 free. Knowing you're buying in advance is going to save you 10% on each bottle, 20% on each bottle, whatever it is. Buying in bulk can be leveraged in any number of ways. Bigger bottles of shampoo, more bars of soap. Just know that that's a quick and easy way to take something you're already going to use and save some money on it. The fly now, pay now rule, which is basically only use credit cards you intend to pay off immediately. That's obvious. If you follow me or you follow any other finance blogger, you know carrying interest on your credit cards is basically the worst thing you can do, because you're paying the bank for the right to use your money. Very popular in other finance books as well, but don't buy cars you can't afford. If you can't pay cash for a car, odds are you probably shouldn't be buying that vehicle. That's because the interest on that loan or the financing charges are going to end up costing you more for the same vehicle. Obviously, there are edge cases to that. If this is a car you have to have, buy the most affordable one you can. Do your research, rarely buy new, and unless you can afford it, don't buy it. Shop around for insurance and other things. Basically, once a year at least, take a look at your items and make sure that they make sense. Hey, did my cable bill go up? Did my gym membership go up? What are these random fees? Is my insurance in line with what I should be paying? Always be taking a look and second checking your commonly used purchases to make sure you can't save dollars per month. Prepare your own taxes. Nowadays, things like TurboTax, H&R Block, Federal Easy Forms, they're all available to you, all online and very simple to file. If you have any questions, you can always look online. You can read the tax codes, but let's be honest, TurboTax and similar software are going to guide you right through that process. Unless you have an incredibly complicated tax situation, I highly recommend you just file your own taxes. Use the library. If you haven't been to the library in the past 10 years, you would be shocked by how modern and how great the services your local library offers. Go check it out for an easy way to get books, get movies, music, similar. Depending on your library, there may even be access to yoga classes. It's really impressive what the public library system has turned into. Read your medical bills. This one seems a little bit weird. You would assume that after you go through insurance and doctors and nurses and billing departments, that by the time that bill got to you, it would be bulletproof. In reality, most medical bills have some semblance of a mistake on it. Most of the time, it could be minor. But sometimes you'll find that it is a massive and glaring overestimate, causing you to pay way more for the services that were rendered. Also, ask for a discount. Unless you ask someone, hey, is there any way for me to get this product or service cheaper? You'll never know. A great example of that is if for some reason you still pay for cable. If you call them up, ask for their customer retention line and let them know you may be leaving, they may put you right back on that highly discounted 2-year deal you signed up for initially. They may give you some other offer you didn't know about, and if not, consider canceling cable. But if you don't ask for a discount, whether that's on insurance, medical coverage, cable, internet, anything, and if you don't ask, you'll definitely not get it. Give it a try. So it's a great start to this book. Being the only investment guide you'll ever need, I like that they start with the simple, here's how you can save some cash so that way you can start putting it into your savings account. I hope you join me on this journey. If you're looking to pick up the book, once again, we have that book link down in the description. I'd love for you to check it out. Thank you so much. I'm Sean from planningfire.com, and until next time, take care.